What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, and I am here with my official review for Season 3 of Marvel and Netflix's Jessica Jones. Now, if you have not seen the season yet, you already know. Come on back, because it's going to be spoilers, because I feel like I got to talk about it in its entirety, because it's the last season, and it's been damn near a week, so I gave y'all a week. If you ain't seen it, that's on you. It was kind of weird going into this season. I think everybody felt like that who were watching it and people who were even shooting it, hell. Like, you knew the show was canceled. So, if you're a viewer, your only real thoughts are, how do you wrap this story up? You know, how do you close out what we've been seeing for 3 years, pretty much? How do you make everything come to a conclusion and you're satisfied somewhat? This isn't like Daredevil. Well, Daredevil did kind of have a decent ending the way they ended at the table with Foggy, Karen, and Matt. But it's not like Iron Fist where it showed he was going on adventures with freaking dude. I can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Or Luke Cage, where Luke is now running Harlem's Paradise. Those were all sporadic cancellations, so we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know what to expect. We just expected the story to be able to continue on. But with this one, we knew it was done. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? There's no coming back to this. So how would it end? And it was kind of interesting. First of all, you also knew, well, not first of all, second of all, you knew that there was a theme with Jessica Jones' seasons. First one was shitty relationship. Second was shitty family. And this one we knew was going to evolve into a shitty friendship, meaning her friendship with Trish. And I'm kind of disappointed with it all. I'm kind of disappointed how it all played out. Of course, Trish still having the ability she got from taking all the pills that Simpson had in season 2, dude who was inevitably Nuke, and now she has the surgery. She gets like cat-like reflexes and things like that. And of course, we always knew if you watch Jessica Jones, Trish kind of wanted to be a hero. She was envious of it. She's always wanted to be able to do what Jessica could do, what Luke could do, what the rest of the Defenders could do. But because she was a regular individual, she couldn't really do it. So she has her ability. She starts to train. We see the season kick off with her doing some dumb shit already, like whooping asses. You like, yo. But the way it developed, it made her the bad guy, which we kind of knew she would be the bad guy this season. But the way they tried to go into it until when it paid off, it didn't work. Because basically you got this dude Salinger who you were like, yo, I'm going to make the Fool Killer in the comics. He's a Fool Killer. I'm going to make him into a Jessica Jones level villain. Which I get, first and foremost, because Jessica Jones is the most grounded, per se, out of them all. Because hers is a straight drama. You could even say to an extent that Daredevil is grounded, but you don't have major superpowers. But mine is Jessica's. But Jessica's is a drama through and through that just happens to have superpowers. Yeah, the whole Kilgrave stuff, you know, it was a superpower, him being able to coerce people to do what he wanted, but it didn't seem like it so much. Granted, we got a lot of Luke Cage, and he was getting shot at, and he ain't died, and it was like, yo, black hoodies matter. And then you have Iron Fist with the glowing fist. Yeah. But with Jessica, granted she had super strength and she could guide it falling, not really fly. But you saw more of the dramatic elements. You saw more of the investigation, her being a private eye, solving crimes and trying to figure out different pieces of things, how they went together. So it was cool with that. But when you added Salinger in here, you added a dude who you cast off the street. It was like, yo, you look creepy as fuck in real life, so you would work perfectly as the bad guy for Jessica Jones. And it was kind of cool what they did, how he would take the pictures of his victims and sort of things. And it was almost, and I'm really pinching it here, reminiscent of what they had as Kevin Spacey in Seven. You know, how Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman were tracking him down. But I didn't really vibe him as the killer. Or the main bad guy, not even the killer, the main bad guy of this episode. Him outsmarting Jess and Trish, as well as screwing over Hogarth. And yeah, I get it. They made him seem super smart with all the degrees and everything. But Jessica, this is what she does. This is what she does. So to be caught up in his tangled web was kind of weird. Like, you've been through this on different levels. And I understand that the villains and the criminals in shows are supposed to upgrade and become a little bit smarter than the hero until the ultimate end. This shit, you was like, wait, what? You can't stop this? And the only way to get help is she introduced Eric Gringer, mind wave, basically. He's mind wave in the comics where he has a helmet that gives him psionic abilities. But no, in Jessica Jones, they make him get headaches when he senses somebody is evil. What they did was turned his ass into Nightman from WGN back in the day. Guess Nightman is a DC character whose superpower is, guess what? He sees the frequency of evil. That's how fucking dumb Mindwave was. He really served no point, okay? It was just, I like to use this word a lot because that's what happens in a lot of these shows. It's convoluted because it's all over the place. Everything's jumbled up and it doesn't make too much sense, all right? You got Eric, who's this blackmailer, and he uses his ability to blackmail evil people or people who do wrong to help out Jessica figure out who Salinger is and how to get to him, which is like, what? You find out he eventually blackmailed Salinger. The shit comes back to haunt him because now Salinger gonna kill his hooker sister who ends up giving Malcolm a blowjob, who he cool with, that ends up falling in love with the chick and leaving his girlfriend. I'm like, huh? Somebody make sense of that to me, because it made none at all. Back to Trish. Trish is trying to be this hero, be a vigilante of sorts. Now all of a sudden Jessica's on the straight and narrow. Like, Trish, you can't do that. There's a right and a wrong way to do things. I get it. You evolve, but this is still Jessica Jones. Why are we changing the dynamic core of the character? She's still a hard ass. I understand, yeah, she realizes there's right and wrong. She realizes there's a certain way to handle things. But the way she was becoming her mom. She was becoming Dorothy Walker. It was like, this isn't right. This doesn't seem like the Jessica we've seen for, these two seasons of the show and even in Defenders. It just doesn't feel right. But that's what they did. And then when you get Trish finally, doing things, and now she's trying to quote unquote stop people, but she inadvertently kills 2 people. And she keeps going. Then all of a sudden, it's the very, very last revelation where Jessica's like, I got to send your ass to the raft. You should have been stopped her. After the first killing, like, hey, man, look, you got to go. You need to talk to a therapist or something, a super therapist, like one who deal with people with issues and they shit. But no, it didn't work. It did not work. Then you have the whole Jerry Hogarth, who basically found an old lover and basically got all the dirt on her husband thanks to Malcolm to have dude kill himself in the bathtub, and now old girl is mad. By the way, let me go back to Jerry Hogarth for a second. Is it just me? Probably is. But I know every time I saw Jerry Hogarth on the screen, no matter what season it's been, after the first one, of course, you didn't know what she was going to be about. But after the first season, every time I see Jerry on screen, I'm like, Jerry about to fuck! Because that's straight up what she does. You have not seen Jerry around most women that she ain't trying to smash or have smashed. Let us never forget the cocaine-fueled lesbian orgy she had in season 2 that everybody was like, get it, Jerry! God damn! But then you have the relationship with her and Kif, where Kif came over to play a song on the cello, and Jerry just looking between her legs like, man, I wish I was that wooden instrument right now. And pretty much became that wooden instrument and got right in between her legs. There's just so much with this. I understand that a lot of these shows try to implicate and put real life situations and things that we're going through in our society in the show. Episode 7 was such a heavy fuck Trump episode, and if you didn't catch it, I don't know where you've been, because everything that was done, everything that was said about it, when Salinger gets arrested and he is now being represented by Jerry, and he's saying the things about superpowered vigilante women, and then he literally tells Jerry, this is to power up the base. Who in the fuck else says that? There's certain times I'm just like, this makes no sense. There's certain times I'm like, this doesn't add up. You know what else didn't add up? The appearance of Luke Cage. It was dope to see Mike Coulter back in the role, in the suit. Yeah, now he's more of a professional look, being what we saw at the end of Luke Cage season 2. But for him to be there just to literally say, hey, I had to send my brother to the raft. You might have to send your best friend to the raft, and you go make the choice. And that was it? That was a waste. That was a waste. And it was similar but different to what they did with Danny Rand in season 2 of Luke Cage. Granted, it seemed like when they brought Danny Rand in season 2, it just completely re-evolved the character and made us love Danny Rand just for that episode. But this one was like, yeah, they have a history. Why not use the two of them together in some way to stop Trish? Don't have him just give words of advice and then leave. That made zero sense. That was a waste. That was just to say, well, let's put Luke Cage in this. This season was supposed to go out on a bang. This shit went out on a whimper. This season was supposed to be like, okay, we know we're ending, so we can be able to close all the doors and let them lie. All that happens, again, this is a spoiler alert, I've been telling you from jump. Jessica gives Malcolm the keys to the apartment, which is Alias Investigations, which, by the way, you just can give over keys to an apartment. Ain't you under a lease? She hooks up Costa with Eric because now they're going to work together, supposedly. Trish goes to the raft. We don't know what happens to her. And Jessica, Salinger's dead as fuck because, by the way, Trish stumped his head out in the elevator. And then you have Jessica, who looks like she's about to take a train to Mexico. And right before she buys the ticket, she turns around and comes back. So the problem is, you've established that this can be a continuing series, right? You've established that this can keep going with this character. Problem is, Kristen Ritter's already said, I think I'm done with it. I think I played it the best I can. I'm done. I'm gone. So why not do that? If you're going to establish a new Jessica Jones, let that Jessica walk off and leave. Kristen Ritter knew she was going to go. Also, a lot of people, speaking of Kristen Ritter, people were wondering why there was not a lot of fighting, why there was why there was not a lot of action. Kristen Ritter was pregnant while she was filming this. So if you notice, that's why shots were certain ways. That's why you didn't really see her do much. And if there was fighting, it was pulled back so it can be a stunt double. She's pregnant during the show. So that takes away what we've seen most of Jessica Jones be able to do. Of course, they're not going to play it into the character. Shouldn't let that tell it. Jessica Jones shouldn't be able to get pregnant because her fallopian tubes are full of bourbon. And pretty much any dude she messes with, or she would never carried it. She's too... I don't think Jessica Jones would have a child. She has one later with Luke Cage, but in that show, surprised she ain't been pregnant, by the way. She's been going raw with everybody that you see her with. Getting down damn well, ain't nobody pulled out rubbers. I pay attention to that. But as a whole, I am sad that this chapter of Marvel's Netflix's heroes have closed. Marvel and Netflix, has closed. It did not close in a way that was... What is the word I'm looking for? It didn't close in a way that was comforting, because we all come to love Daredevil. There's no doubt about it. Season 1 of Luke Cage, the first half of the season, everybody was like, yes! Second half, people were like, whoa. Season 2 of Luke Cage, we gave it a little credit. A lot of people didn't like exactly where it went. I didn't have too much of a problem with it. That's me personally. Season 1 of Iron Fist, we already knew how trash that was. So when it came to Season 2, everybody was like, Season 2 is so much better. The bar was so damn low. What were you expecting? You could have did... All you had to do was give just a little more effort. And it was multiple times better, exponentially better than Season 1. And then you have Jessica Jones Season 1 with David Tennant as Kilgrave. Dope. Season 2, her mom, you're like, this is really pushing it. Season 3, you're like, no. And by the way, David Tennant makes an appearance as Kilgrave's voice at the end, which is when Jessica's trying to leave. And it makes zero sense. He's dead as hell. He's gone. She went through that in the beginning of Season 2 and moved past that. She even had the one flashback. But why are we still revisiting Kilgrave at the end when he hella dead? You know what I'm saying? He gone. He a purple and green and blue corpse right now. It makes no sense. Some of these choices did not add up. This was a great show. I have loved what it was doing, and I was hoping for the best, and I want to know what your thoughts are on this as well. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Did you like this season? Did you feel it was extremely lackluster? Are you mad that it's gone, and are you mad that the whole Marvel and Netflix union right now is kaput? Let me know what you think, all right? Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington, M-R-J-A-Y. You should know how to spell Washington, right? I think so. Join my Patreon, my supervillain squad, patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Till the end of June. The end of June, I'm holding a contest, man. For one of my lucky members of the squad, you will win a Blu-ray copy of Lost in Space, the first season that was on Netflix. That includes the unaired pilot from the original 1965 series. Also, you're going to win a Blu-ray, digital, and DVD copy of How to Train Your Dragon, the Hidden World. And the only way you can win that is joining on the Patreon, okay? And check out the Mad Titan podcast, where I get you caught up on everything that's happening in the Marvel and DC live-action cinematic universes. It is Barbershop for Talk, Barbershop for Talks. Barbershop Talk for nerds. Come on in the convo. Check out the Swamp Thing reviews of myself and Winston Marshall here. Oh, shouts out to Zone 10 Customs. Yo, get your already certified Mad Titan supervillain superhero shirts. Go to zone10customs.com. Check that out. July 6th, if you are in the Southern California area, I am back in a professional wrestling ring at Underground Empire. Oh, Jesus Christ. Underground Empire Wrestling. I'm tired. I'm doing a lot of talking for the longest. I'll be at the Metroflex Sports Center in Long Beach, California. Doors open 6:30. Bell time is at 7:30. I don't know who I'm wrestling yet, but I'm on the show, so you might want to be there and watch me kick some ass, okay? August 29th, I'm recording my 1-hour special in Los Angeles. I want you in the building as well. I'll keep putting up the information for that very soon, all right? Get your Mad Titan Podcast t-shirt at tpublic.com/user/Mr. J Washington. I got that. And get your Black Villains Matter shirt, blackvillainsmatter.bigcartel.com. I will holler at y'all later. Take care. I'm out of here. Peace.